Welcome and thanks for watching this video. Since this is the first video on my playthrough of Burden of Command and actually my first ever video on my channel, you're gonna have to go through a little bit of intro with me before we get to the nerdy parts and the gaming parts, but I'm going to mark the important stuff in the transition points in the video timeline, so you should be able to skip to the next part if you don't care about the intro. So I'm gonna be playing the game called Burden of Command. I'm playing it on Steam. It's a fairly new game, launched last year, I think. It's a tactical, turn-based war game with a little bit of RPG element and a really cool documentary-style story with a lot of historical images and videos and references and so on. So it is a golden pot for a wargaming nerd such as myself, and I assume such as yourself since you are watching this video, so I highly encourage you to check it out. What I'm going to do is going to be playing the campaign, tactical scenarios. I'm going to skip the story parts in between because I don't want to spoil them for you, and if you like it, I really encourage you, like I said, to get the game yourself and play through it. I'm going to start playing from... so the first tutorial missions are to get you to know the game and are fairly easy and with a lot of story in between them. I am going to start with tutorial number 4, with scenario number 4 in the tutorial, which is the first kind of real mission scenario you will have to do. And I'm going to be playing on the hardest difficulty. I think it's called veteran difficulty. So we will maybe be facing a bit of challenge. I have played the game quite a bit when it was first launched, but then didn't play it for a longer time, and in the meantime they have done some changes, some updates. They updated also the AI, there's a DLC launched in between. So I have played most missions at least once. I haven't finished the campaign actually. So I'm not going into these videos with completely zero knowledge, but I'm gonna try to do my best to not spoil anything or to not, try to forget surprises and so on, so that we get a really cool, we get a realistic playthrough with surprises happening and plans having to change and so on. Okay, that's enough for the intro. Let's go into the planning phase for the first mission, which is going to be tutorial mission number 4, Crossroads. Alright boys, welcome to the first mission, tutorial mission number 4, taking the hill. So, excuse my voice, I'm a little bit sick at the moment, but when war calls, you just gotta go. So, we start here on this map. We're starting from the east, and we have to take over, first of all, a crossroads here at the middle of the map, and then a machine gun position here toward the northwest, which has a pretty good overlook across most of the map. We're gonna check that. What you also see is that in the southwest of the map, there is something like a little house here, which isn't mentioned as an objective, but there could be something interesting there, like some important intelligence documents, maybe enemy commander, so we should try to check that out. Now, let's go and, well, let's actually see what we're starting with, our starting units. So we got over here on the right, we got 1st platoon. And then we have actually 3rd platoon here with Lieutenant Dearborn. The Dearborn is this guy here on the right. And in a couple of turns we were gonna get 2nd platoon down here. And then a few turns later we are gonna get our captain somewhere up here. And we are also going to get a heavy machine gun squad somewhere here. So basically we're deploying across this whole eastern side. Let's go into the game itself now, and we'll use the line of sight tool to see exactly what our enemy is doing. So we're now using a little bit of 21st century technology here, so it's like we have a drone across the whole battlefield, which of course the commanders and captains and so on in World War II didn't have. But using this, we can draw out a pretty good plan. I mean, of course, they had maps and elevation stuff, but we're at a clear advantage here. So the biggest strength that the enemy has here, or the most dangerous thing for us, is going to be this machine gun nest, which, as you can see, has, well, it could be much worse. I mean, it only has view here, so these green hexagons are the place here, and critically these two little parts here on our side. So we should be careful about moving units in here until we can get a good suppression on this machine gun. Other than that, yeah, I'm guessing, oops, I'm guessing all of these hexagons here, they have some kind of view across our assault path, so there could be some enemies here, and there's, yeah, so these parts here are going to be critical for a view on the attack. So I would expect enemies to be there, and those are actually the positions which we probably are going to want to take. So let's go back to our drawing here, and I'm just gonna make the brushes a little bit more opaque so that you can see them. So let's talk about the enemy positions. So there's for sure gonna be some kind of machine gun here on the left side, and I expect there to be some kind of enemy presence here, and probably someone defending this main location here, and I'm gonna expect an enemy commander, some kind of commanding unit over here. Probably not gonna be a full squad. Yeah, for sure there's not gonna be only one platoon here or there. There's probably gonna be more, so I'd expect maybe like even three, maybe a whole platoon here, maybe two platoons here, maybe even three here, maybe one or a few squads. Of course, there's probably gonna be more leaders. I would also expect some kind of leader to be here. Maybe they have one here as well. Probably there's no enemies to the right of this path, because we would have seen them, or they would have engaged us when we were already coming into here, because there's nothing obstructing view around here, around the center east part. So let's talk about our game plan here. So the game does tell us to creep forward here, and I'm going to do that. So we are going to, I think, well, let me see. Now we don't have actually, okay, none of the, I thought we had Lieutenant Pigeon, so that would be myself, of course, already in the commanding turn, but it's not, so we're actually not gonna do what the game tells us here, but we're gonna do something else. So our objectives is, okay, one more thing we need to do is check the objectives. So we need to, okay, have a few then 2 losses for the command victory. For the command victory, yeah, we have to capture 2 objectives. That's pretty simple. Okay, so back to draw, and let's talk about our plan here. So let me close this. Right, there we go. So let me there. Let's erase some of that. I mean, you remember the objectives that we had. Let's just keep actually the objectives there. We have objective 1, objective 2, some secondary objective there. Probably some enemies around here. Probably a lot of enemies around here. Some machine gun here. And some commander or something over there. And here, but once we... So our first big objective is going to be to get over to capture... So first of all, this position here. And this position here. And get machine guns or mortars on the second position here, which will allow us to advance. So first we are gonna move first platoon here, Lieutenant Dearborn. We are gonna move up and take this northern flank. We have to evade these two hexagons here because remember this machine gun has I'm trying to erase, but it's not erasing. Okay, this machine gun has view over there, so we are gonna have to evade these for now. We're just gonna move Lieutenant Dearborn and the squads around here and set up for an assault on these positions here, and then slowly gonna advance to the left. Meanwhile, first platoon, we are gonna advance under the cover of the forest here and of these. So we're gonna basically try to advance through here. The objective is to occupy this crossroads, and we're gonna have a second platoon coming here in the next turn, and they're gonna help us assault this position here at the bottom. And later, when we get the captain and the MG squad, we are gonna move slowly, hopefully with creep the captain here or here, and then we're going to be able to call mortars on the machine gun here and start suppressing them a little bit. Once that's done, we're going to move also a machine gun here and just keep them suppressing these guys and basically shut them down so we can assault with the other squads, with the other platoons. We also have another machine gun which we could move somewhere down here to help us with this assault. And yeah, so first objective is to get Platoon and Dearborn up here. Then the second move is gonna be with first and second platoon try to get here at the crossroads. And as soon as we get machine guns and mortars, we're gonna try setting up fire on these guys. And then afterwards, we're gonna move some parts. We'll see who gets here first and is faster. We'll move maybe one squad from one platoon to check out what's happening here. And then finally do a joint attack with all 3 platoons at the end and assault the final objective. But should be pretty clear. Feel free to take a mental image of the plan we did here. And take the last flask, say your prayers, write your letters, and let's get ready for the assault. So, get ready, guys. It's starting for real now. So, remember, our first objective is to try to get our guys, Lieutenant Dearborn squad, up here. We're gonna move, and we are gonna try to keep our guys. Okay, well, they gain trust just by moving with Lieutenant Dearborn there, which is fine. Let's keep moving. Ah, okay. Ah, we already lost 3 men. Well, of course, you know what they say. No plan survives first contact with the enemy. So we're gonna have to get these guys out of dodge, but these guys have this squad has now used up all their their counterfire, what it's called. So we now should be able to move the other squads here pretty safely. Let's move these guys over there. Yeah, well, no shit. We have already seen the enemies, and we get nice text overlay here. Okay, so now move just the squad over here.
Pick it up.
And we're gonna move Lieutenant Dearborn with these guys, because we're gonna need to rally them to get them the hell out of here on the next turn. Alright, so these squads are still hidden. But at this point, we have to support our guys here, so we need to start firing. So we're gonna move. Yeah, you can see I already customized first platoon squad names, but the other ones not yet, because I didn't get to play with them yet. So let's first get a bolster and fire on these dudes.
Let's get back out there. Fire superiority now.
Okay, they fight back. Okay, now it's starting, but at least we took their attention from Dearborn. Let's move these dudes here, and I think we can get another shot on these guys. Maybe here. This is pretty open with the top. Let's move them here. And fire at these guys. Alright, so this squad is, this enemy squad here is very suppressed. Not going to be able to fire on Dearborn. It's not the best start, but it could be worse. Now we get here some text, but I'm gonna skip that. Alright, so first and foremost we gotta rally these guys.
Prepare yourselves
for Dearborn. We could also push them, but let's see. Let's move first of all this squad here at the top. We start going for our takeover of this top point here. Then we'll move the second squad. Revealed. Oh, they can fire these guys. Okay. But these guys are still hiding. Yeah, there's nothing much we can do now. We could... Yeah, if we push these guys... we're not going to be able to move them. So let's still... Second squad here from third platoon to go up and take this high position. And we have revealed another squad here at the south. These guys are hidden. We're gonna keep them here for now. Maybe turn their... So they're now looking this way. They can be surprised by anyone. And that should be enough.
Oh, eiserne Kreuze wachsen.
Oh man, another squad here. Okay, looks like everything saw them. Good job, boys. Stop in their tracks. And they used one of the rally from the leaders. Okay, so we have some stuff going on here in the middle. Let's... So first platoon is... Let's move first platoon up first. Because they were gonna be able to counter fire on any stuff happening here. So let's... Alright,
Hey, where are we going?
Okay, we got a little bit of fire from its enemy squad here, protecting the first objective. But that's fine. I want to change the orientation of the squad. I hope this... Okay. So, guys, look here. Look, point the gun, the shooty part at the enemy, please. Right. Well, these guys don't have any opportunity fire left, which is an advantage for us. So now we gotta move the platoon. Let's see what we can do here. Wilson, third platoon. I'll just move on through the forest. We have to move this squad first. There could be enemies here, which could fire on us if we move here, but we gotta advance.
you candy asses!
We gotta hope the forest here offers enough help. Well, okay, they saw us. That was a little bit strange. There's for sure some enemies there. Just keep moving a little bit. They're still hiding. No, we can't find another commander. Let's do a bolster.
Get your ass in gear!
Okay, we don't have good flying on these guys, but they're above us. But I think there's enemies here on all these spots. Let's we could do a recon by fire, but then we're gonna expose these guys, which are not only Lieutenant Wilson is hiding, the squad isn't. Okay, so let's just do fire. Let's do it there. Okay, there wasn't anybody there. Maybe here or here. Move these guys up here. These guys will just keep here for now, because we could move them up here, but it's possible there are enemies there, and then we're gonna be doing an impromptu assault, which will just mean we lose a lot of things. We're just gonna move them here, which will allow us to fire maybe on these guys later. Alright, now we're gonna end the turn, I think. Dearborn has one point, but we can't really do much. Let's just end it. Alright, good news. We have Lieutenant Stern with the Weapons Platoon. Let's choose the option to gain trust. Yeah, we know. Okay, we have now twin G squads and mortars. We need some help with these squads over here. We need to assault first. Maybe this or this. So this upper part has a bit more view down here. This lower part has a bit more view at the top. Go for that handshake. Let's go here, this first one. So we are gonna move Stern and the machine guns here. Yeah, so we're moving the Weapons Platoon.
No brakes.
Okay, looks like they saw Stern with these big muscles carrying that big machine gun and they shot themselves. Okay, now we're gonna push these machine gunners.
The day ain't over yet.
We're gonna fire.
Stay online.
Let's fire on these guys, the further ones. they don't have range. Yeah, their container is suppressed, and we're gonna send. Hey, and we're gonna send a mortar on these other dudes.
Stay down.
Great. So this machine gun, remember, we want to keep these guys and move them with the captain maybe here or here so we can counter fire on this machine gun. But we need to fire the mortar on them first, because else when we move here, they're probably gonna see us and shoot us first, and then they are keeping us actually blocked all the time. So, good. Turn over. Oh, okay. Good job, Lieutenant. Good job, Lieutenant Wilson. These guys fired on us, but we actually fired back, and they got super suppressed. That's excellent. Alright, now remember this machine gun. Ideally, we gotta move the airborne up. Let's bolster this squad, because if we go and attack assault here and here, well, the machine gun on the top is gonna probably shoot us and cause a lot of just stop our advance, basically, maybe cause some deaths. So ideally, we want to move the airborne up here and wait for the captain to come and bombard these dudes. We can assault these guys, maybe. Well, let's move the airborne first. So, or yeah, let's move the airborne first. There may be other squads up here which have Overwatch here. And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe they could fire. Okay, we're gonna bolster these guys first.
Prepare for battle.
And move there.
Faster, gentlemen.
Watch your flank.
Bolster again.
Follow my orders and we shall prevail.
Yes, you were right. Lieutenant Airborne, let's move
Corporal,
guys.
follow me.
Okay, there. We're trying to get together there. Okay, so we need. Let's try to capture this squad. So first of all, we are gonna rally this squad.
We ain't out of fight yet.
We're gonna move commander. Let me see if this squad can fire on them. Yes, they can.
Don't give them an inch.
Gonna move Lieutenant Wilson to this other squad. We can't bolster, but we can activate the squad, and we're gonna fire on these guys. Good, that's exactly what we wanted. To get them to turn back from... to turn their backs towards where's Platoon? And now Lieutenant Pigeon taking the glory. We are gonna do two things. We are gonna... let's see. Let's get a bolster.
Stay online.
Let's get back out there.
A bolster, and let's try to take out these guys. Let's go assault. Okay, that's not good.
Left, right. You know this.
Fire on us. Come on, boys, let's go. Okay, the assault is a success. These guys can't fire on us. They can see this part though. We are gonna. Like I said, if we assault these guys, the machine gun is gonna fire on us for sure. I'm gonna move back because I'm gonna need to rally the squad. Next then. And jog squad, let's just keep these guys down. Oh, and they had a leader with them as well. And they got some experience. Very good, boys. Alright, excellent. We got the... Okay. We got a captain, which is great. Now we can start throwing... So let's Captain Lamb first. We're gonna
Get the BAR up here.
keep Captain Lamb here and hope to all gods that this machine gun is not gonna see us. Excellent. Now we're gonna send a mortar right up his asshole. So that it's probably not enough to completely suppress him, but is good for letting us assault these positions here. Let's also we could move these guys here, but if the machine gun sees them. Okay, fuck it, let's move. Let's go here.
Take cover.
Ah, okay. Exactly happened what I hope wouldn't, but they saw us, they fired. They gave a little suppression here on Captain Lamb and the machine gun squad, but they probably because of the mortar and the fire that they had here, they don't have any more opportunity fire for this round. So we now should be able to assault these positions here. Let's go with Lieutenant Stern first and do some damage. So we're gonna fire.
Flank.
We're gonna fire 2 times. First on these guys up there.
Knock him out!
Holster.
Ross, aim high!
Fire on these guys down here. Yeah, the leader with them. And we can't fire again because we already pushed them too hard. Well, that's how it is then. Now, I think we should push down here and start taking this flank with the 2nd platoon. So, Lieutenant Wilson, you are up. Okay, I think if we bolster this squad, we should be able to go and assault these guys. Let's give them. Let's just fire once. Keep their heads down. Already suppressed. That's what I want to hear. And we're gonna bolster these guys.
I'm counting on you, boys.
And okay, let's see if the bro, the assault failed. Well, Lieutenant Wilson doesn't have a lot of trust, unfortunately.
Don't give him an inch. Move, move. Reloading.
Let's hold these guys here and
On your right.
bring the morale chip to move.
Watch your fire.
We can move them here right next to the enemy. So now these guys can't kind of fire on them, but they're pretty suppressed. So these guys are gonna fire first and just destroy them, and same if they try any kind of assault. So these are just gonna be completely pushing these dudes. Yeah, there are a lot of leadership points for Lieutenant Stern. Sorry, Wilson. Wilson. Alright, first we're gonna rally Dapper Squad. Then we are gonna move Nerd Squad
Watch your
up.
fire. Stay on line.
Go for the Huh? Oh, don't know if there's anyone can fire on them. Just keep their heads down.
Stay on line. Move.
And we'll move the commander here. Well, I'm gonna move myself actually here. I'm gonna be ready for an assault. I think at 8 turns we lose the major.
Take cover. Watch your flank. Stay on line.
And like have to have the available turns we lose the major victory. So we should try to get this all 8 turns, but yeah, once we get across we get a foothold here, here, and here, it's gonna become much easier. Alright, Dearborn, let's go. Let's start moving a little bit. Let's move this squad. Oh, alright, there's our enemy there. There's a leader there. Okay, I can see us as well. Oh, come on, guys. I'm scared those little guys. We're gonna take that position there.
Don't dally, Private.
No, I don't think anyone can fire on us. Okay, except for those guys. But now we know where they are. Oh, then we can fire on the enemy leader. Maybe we can kill him. Wow, just suppressed his orders. Oh, maybe we get lucky and kill him. Okay, and these guys are moving back up here. So it's not perfect, but it could be much worse. Alright. First we need to send a mortar on this machine gun again. We need to keep these guys as suppressed as possible. Then we need to rally
Keep moving.
here.
Rally on me!
Watch your fire.
And now okay, we need to take these two positions. Oh, we're gonna use Lieutenant Stern. Fire on these two squads, and then we're gonna try to finally take some bolster.
Bell, I'm counting on you.
Fire on these dudes. Here. Keep their heads down. Bolster again.
I know you can do
Fire
this.
on these guys.
Fire! Fire!
Alright.
Take cover.
Alright, they're fighting back, that's good. Oh, they're losing orders up here. Alright, the everyone's getting tied up there a little bit.
Hit 'em hard.
Let's do a rally. Let's do a rally with the airborne.
Rest assured the tide is turning.
Okay, maybe we stabilize that flank a little bit. Now, Lieutenant Wilson, we gotta take over these big guys down here.
Shift fire.
Let's try it again. Bolster.
Give it to him!
Don't give 'em an inch.
Let's try to take these guys. Let's go.
Let's go.
We're taking the long way. No! Ah, they saw the mortars up there. Ah, damn it. Okay, so the enemy's got a mortar squad up there.
Keep moving.
Yeah.
Hit him hard.
Okay, Tim Wilson. Ah,
Don't give him an inch.
we need a morale check. But who can fire on them?
Think I got you.
Yeah, nobody can fire on them. Okay, again, let's just keep these guys heads down. Hit them with the grenades. They need to fire back.
Right, on your right.
Let's bolster
Keep at him.
and fire on these guys. Okay, that's, and now it's up to first platoon to save the day, of course. So let's get Jock Squad ready for an assault.
We're gonna pound them flat.
And we're gonna push on squad with leader. Let's go, let's get him up the hill.
Moving. On your right. Come on.
Right, we got him. Yes, sir. You know what? Let's assault again and take
Come
these
on.
guys out. Down here, I had enough of these fuckers.
Think I got one. Stay down.
First platoon, save it a day. Let's go.
You got gum on your boots? Get going. Let's get it done. Drop packs. Charge.
Fucking go, boys. Show the other platoons how it's done. You see, you just need a little of courage. These guys didn't fire, the mortars didn't fire. Well, now the problem is first platoon is a little bit split up, so we're gonna need to group up next turn. We're gonna need to group up Wilson here in the middle, so we'll do a little switch. Wilson is a bit tied up here at the top, but now we have freed up hopefully the heavy weapons platoon to somehow support Wilson up here. Well, not Wilson, damn it, Dearborn. And we have artillery available,
Stay down. Keep moving.
which is great. But first we're gonna...
Keep firing.
Okay, these guys are kind of suppressed, so I'm actually gonna send artillery on these guys.
Stay on line.
Oh, we got 2 shots, great. Or 3. And now we're gonna send the mortars on the machine guns. Boom. And now we can use this squad to fire once on those guys.
Lay it on them.
Alright, they're probably digging in this hill right now, and another shot in those guys.
Base of fire right there.
But they're not getting their heads up anytime soon. Now, let's see how we can... Okay, we want to get the machine guns here because we can cover... we can cover the mortars from here in the house into the top.
Don't dig in. We're moving soon. Let's go.
Keep your heads down.
Alright, nothing more we can do there. Let's...
On your right.
I'm going to do something a little dumb and actually go with
Come on!
the first platoon and try to assault this house over there.
Hurry up!
Suspicious barn.
What was that?
Boast it one more time just in case there's some
Come
big
on!
ass enemy squad in there.
Go get him!
Oh, it was just an enemy captain. We got him. Yeah, no shit, we saw the enemy mortars before. But we got a captain, so I don't know if they can use the mortars actually anymore with a spotter. Alright, but first platoon is out. Now we gotta keep moving here. Okay, Lieutenant Wilson. Let's gonna try to take these guys out, and let's try to take first the... These guys are probably not gonna offer any suppressive fire because they're fucked up. Mortars could maybe fire on us. Alright, we got the objective. Let's go to Lieutenant Wilson there. Come on, Wilson, move your ass. Alright, let's bolster.
Duncan, I'm counting on you.
Let's get these guys. Ah, move.
We're on the
These
clock.
guys are too suppressed. Not gonna fire on us. There we go. Excellent. Then Wilson suggests taking the enemy out with support of Weapons Plt. Not no. Okay. Right. No more orders available there. Lieutenant Dearborn. At least our squads here got a little bit blown up, so we're gonna actually go around and rally all of them. Okay, they're not rallied, but they don't need rallying. Timeouts, our judges, blah blah blah. Yeah. Let's get some orders back. Good, so let's work out.
It'll take more than this to stop us.
Here. Rally these guys.
Rally around me!
Get the BAR up here.
And then a lot of orders. Okay, I think we can't rally these guys because they already took did something this turn. Okay. I guess we could kind of speed run this, so there may be some squads maybe here, particularly machine guns or some commander. Probably if we take Jock Squad, but they really don't put a name right up here. We could do a little speed run and finish this. Now we should actually kind of have to do, because we're gonna lose the... We're gonna lose the major victory else other than that. But okay, let's just keep it this way. So the thing is, the more we take out of the other soldiers, so we basically, once we siege this position, I think once we take this position, I think the scenario will be over. But the more stuff we do in it, the more experience our squads gain, which is important for the upcoming missions. So I actually want to try to take out as much of the enemies as possible. So let's just do it. Let's do bolster.
We're not licked yet.
Wow, these guys.
Give them some heat, cotton balers.
Okay, there's leaders sitting with them. Let's get them a mortar.
Keep it up. Go, go, go.
And another fire. Here completely edged down. We wasted. You see, we also wasted their order, so their leader doesn't have any
Keep firing.
orders anymore. Now we can use Lieutenant
Right, on your right.
Dearborn
Moving.
and
Keep your heads down.
maybe Wilson actually.
Don't give them an inch.
Let's get Wilson first, and we're gonna. We can fire on these guys.
Firing.
Can we fire on them from there? Yes. Let's move there first.
Let's go.
They're probably gonna op fire on us. That's actually what I wanted. Let's get a bolster.
Lace up your boondockers. We're finishing this.
Let's fire back. Go to the first. Let's go.
Swing them some mystery hash.
Mystery hash. You see, we got some experience there. Let's move up another one of the Dearborn's squads to keep the objective here occupied. Of course, the special doesn't matter, but it's always good practice.
Keep your head.
Now let's do that and see what the enemy does. Nothing, because they can do anything. Let's move Lieutenant Dearborn now. Now it's 3 platoons time to shine. We're gonna try to do assaults, take out this squad, and take out this squad.
Hit the dirt.
So we need. Let's move the squad up here. And let's fire on these guys.
Watch your fire.
It should be very, very suppressed now and probably ready for
Gentlemen, to me.
ready to take it out. Yeah, that's gonna work. Let's go, guys. Up
Pick up
the hill
your
and
feet.
get them.
With me, gentlemen.
Excellent. See, we got all that experience, and now let's do another. What, really?
Stay down.
Just one guy.
The dirt.
Just one dude. Did they really fail that check? Again?
On your right. On your right.
Oh, embarrassing, guys. Come on. Just one guy.
Keep your heads down. Watch your fire.
As always, it's time for motherfucking first platoon to show people how it's done. So, let's move Jock Squad up here. Bolster.
Form up.
Then we're taking this machine gun position, and that's probably gonna be the end of the mission.
Stay close.
Drag out.
Let's get them.
Let's get those bastards.
All she wrote for this tutorial mission. Congratulations, guys. That went not that bad. Could have gone better, of course, but could have gone much worse. We got major victory both for the men and for the mission. We got loyalty, we got prestige. All's good. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next mission. Peace.